Hi, it's Dawn Whitaker, and today I'm going to be offering 3 tips on going back to work after mat leave. Okay, number 1, routine. So if your child is going to be going to daycare, I would highly suggest that you get a copy of the daycare's routine prior to your child starting and start to follow this routine at home. So if they have snack at 9:30, have snack at 9:30. If they have lunch at 11:30, have lunch at 11:30. Stick to this even on the weekends. I know the weekends can be tough because dads are home, routine gets a little bit wonky, but really do try to line things up as best as you can, because this is then going to start formulating for your child what the day is going to start looking like, and that's going to make it much more predictable for them. Tip number 2, expect some separation anxiety. It can be so heartbreaking to leave your little one at daycare. It's so exciting going back to the workplace, so upsetting. You've just had a year off, you see their little faces, they're not quite sure what's happening. Oh, it can be so overwhelming. Anyhow, whatever you do, don't let your child see you upset. You really do have to be confident. You have to show that you trust where you're leaving them. Go outside and have a cry if it makes you feel better. You can guarantee that your child probably will have a few tears, but a lot of the time, caregivers know. I used to be a nanny, I know it too. Once you're out of sight, they're absolutely fine. So the more that you linger around at the saying goodbye process, the more difficult that can actually be. Tip number 3, divide those household chores ahead of time. Typically, the parent that would have been home, whether it's the dad or whether it's the mum, they typically would have probably taken on the most of the household responsibilities as well as the childcare. So before you go back to work, decide who is going to do what and be honest about it. Don't try to overachieve. None of us have got a magic cape that we like to put on and run around. Be realistic, do what you can, but do divide things up. You're not Wonder Woman and you're not Superman.